Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Friday, November 17th, and a pretty active pattern coming up. If we look at some of the headlines, we expect with sunshine and strong southerly winds, we could see near record highs in the mid 60s to around 70. A record high for the day is 70, and then colder for the weekend with snow showers, but nothing like they're going to see out into the upper Midwest from areas around South Dakota up into the Arrowhead of Minnesota, where a tremendous amount of snow and wind is going to be affecting those areas. In fact, there are blizzard warnings in some locations, and we'll show you that shortly. If we look at the area conditions around from yesterday, you can see a highest temperature up there in Newaygo at 68 degrees, where they saw more in the way of sunshine, and temperatures across much of the area in the mid to upper 60s. And again, a couple locations picking up 1/100 of an inch of precipitation, mainly due to the misty fog we had yesterday morning. And if we look at the normals for the day, our normal high is 46, the normal low is 30. And you can see the record high of 70 back in 1931, and that could be in jeopardy. Right now, I think we'll make a good run at it. Probably stop just short of it, but again, if we see enough sunshine into the afternoon hours out ahead of that cold front, then we could certainly see our temperatures rise up to 70 degrees. You can see across the area yesterday morning, we were looking at temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s. Now for this morning, you can see a lot warmer, nearly 25 degrees above normal, with temperatures in the mid 50s across many areas. And again, very balmy, more like a late August morning out there. And if we look at the 2-meter low-level winds, you can see where that storm clearly shows up near Des Moines, Iowa, with a barometric pressure of 29.55, and that's intensifying as it moves off to the northeast and pulling down very cold air on the backside. It's giving some of that heavy snow to fall out in that neck of the woods. If we look at the satellite view, you can see the area of showers and thunderstorms with the cold front that'll be affecting us here in Michigan for later on today. And again, some of those could have some pretty gusty winds with it, but right now the best bet is rain showers. But again, don't be surprised if you see a few showers or even a thunderstorm or two. And certainly in some of the heavier snows back across Minnesota, they could see thunder snow in some of those areas. Again, they're going to pick up a lot of snow. Some of the areas that right on the borderline is the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, and St. Paul area. Right now you're under a winter weather advisory with blizzard warnings just off to your northwest. If we look at the surface weather map this morning, you can see the low near Des Moines, Iowa. Again, it's going to move up towards the central portions of the UP, spreading that very heavy snow on the northwest side. And by tomorrow morning, that low moves up to Lake Superior. Most of the heavy snow will be gone. The cold front off to our east, giving us some lake effect rain and snow showers across much of the MAC area, especially later in the afternoon. And for tomorrow night into Sunday, I think is our best bet of seeing some of those snow showers. And then by Sunday morning, again, that storm well off to the east. We're deep into the cold air. A secondary trough will move down through the area, again, keeping the snow showers going. And we're going to look at energy in the Pacific Northwest is what we'll keep an eye on. As that energy drops down to the southeast, we'll expect a low pressure to develop and move up towards the Great Lakes into southern lower Michigan on Thanksgiving Eve, and that could bring some rain and snow to the area. Right now the best bet is snow will fall to the north of much of the MAC area, but certainly something worth tracking. That low is expected to track up through Illinois and then cut across southern lower Michigan. If it tracks just a little bit farther south, we could be talking snow for places like Breckenridge or towards Middleton, Clarksville, Newaygo, but certainly we'll keep an eye on that. But right now the best bet is we'd see maybe around a ½ inch or more of rain, so it looks like it could be a pretty wet system as well. If we look at the snowfall expected over the next 72 hours, you can see a lot of snow off to the northwest of that track, and you can see this area in yellow actually is the area we're highlighting for that Thanksgiving Eve storm. Certainly some models have several inches of snow here in mid-Michigan, but the best bet is that places like Minneapolis up towards Marquette, and it's going to be kind of the tale of two cities, and we'll show you that in just a minute, but that area could see a pretty good snowstorm, again, just in time for Thanksgiving. If we look at high temperatures here in Michigan today, look at these temperatures into the 60s for the entire lower peninsula, approaching 70 degrees down in the southern part of the state. So again, a very fantastic day out there, although it will be on the windy side with winds gusting to around 30 miles per hour. And as far as precipitation here over the next 72 hours, you can see where the very heaviest precipitation is, and this is going to be in the form of snow up there. So again, don't be surprised if you see some areas picking up around 1.5 to 2 feet of snow, especially in the Arrowhead of Minnesota, with around 6 to 12 inches likely for much of the rest of the state north of that track of the storm. And you can see for the 7-day outlook, look at the heavier precipitation showing up for later next week. So we could expect maybe a ½ inch to an inch of rain out of that system next week. And so something we're going to want to keep an eye on where that rain snow line is. Again, I think the best bet is going to be out in this area here as we get into that storm for later next week. As far as weather watches out there, again, this is going to be the tale of two cities. We're going to see that blizzard conditions from Aberdeen all the way up in western Minnesota, and places like Grand Rapids and Detroit Lakes, Minnesota could pick up around a foot or more of snow. Meanwhile, in Grand Rapids and Detroit, Michigan, we're going to have fantastic weather with sunshine, and again, temperatures well into the 60s to near 70 degrees. Thanks for stopping by, and have yourself a great day, a great weekend, and 73s to all.